It's giveaway time, guys. I'm giving away a free 3-question personal reading if you're the winner. All I need you to do is to subscribe to my channel and comment below under your reading what is your favorite type of reading to watch, or what kind of readings would you like to see me do. So I'm getting a little bit of market research, and you guys in return, or one of you guys, is going to get a free personal reading. And I'm going to try and do these most weeks, so there'll be plenty of chances to win. I will either be selecting them intuitively, the winners, or doing some kind of draw, and I will announce that next Friday when I release my reading. So you need to be subscribed so you know when that will happen. I'll pop a screen in just after this so you can see all the instructions, and looking forward to choosing the first winner. Hi there, Cancer. Welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of June 15th to the 21st. Start off by pulling your oracle cards, Cancer, to see what the theme is, what you might be journeying this week. Cancer, if you don't want to stay on for the shuffling, please do just use the, well, that's way too many. Please do use the timestamp that I'll put in the description below, and you can skip straight to the read, because sometimes it takes quite a while for the cards to come out. I'm going to take that one because it's flipping. Kriya, interesting. Beautiful imagery on that one. Okay, I will explain that one to you in a moment. Let's just get your oracle card out. Look, sometimes they take a while to come out, Cancer. I was doing a reading yesterday and I shuffled this particular deck for maybe over, I think it was well and truly over a minute, maybe a minute and a half before one came out. I like to let them drop. I just feel like that's really the message coming from Spirit or from my higher self, whatever you believe in. Okay, can we get the message for Cancer? There it goes. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Well, that's interesting, guys. Some of you might be coming out of a darker time or a tower moment or something like that with that card, or seeing the light for the first time in a while. Hey, we're all kind of starting to come out of the cave as the lockdown starts to lift, depending on where you are. Now let's go to your Rider-Waites, Cancer. I'm going to give them a good old shuffle, and I'm going to start by pulling your card for the recent past, energies leaving, completing, or transitioning for you at the moment. See where you're at. And once we've done these, we'll get the clarifiers from the Starchild Tarot. So can we please have the recent past energies for Cancer? Recent past. Cancer. Recent past. There it goes. Temperance and the Four of Swords. Some of you might have needed to take some time out to heal, to recalibrate, to restore, to figure out where the new path is. This is definitely very fitting of what's happening in that oracle card. Can we please have the current or focus energies for Cancer for the week of June 15th to the 21st? Cancer, focus current energies, Cancer. Focus current energies, Cancer. There it goes. But you will very soon be moving forward at pace on that path, Cancer. You are definitely coming out, and the theme is movement, forward movement, progress, passion. Depending on the clarifiers, we'll see what that gives us. But let's get your outcome or near future energy out, please, Cancer. June 15, 21, Cancer. There it goes. We've got 2. Now, what was I saying here, Cancer? Whoops. I had the Tower upright and the 10 of Cups on reverse. Yeah, okay, so I mean, this is in the near future, but obviously these cards are a little fluid here, but I did have that feeling when this oracle card came out, this initiation, that there was going to be a tower involved along the way. So let's get the clarifiers. You do have the Magician at the bottom of the deck, so we have this theme of you now being able to potentially create from a new place, and you know that there is that awakening that you've got everything you need in order to move through, to move forward, to find that pathway out. Let's get your clarifier for Temperance and that Four of Swords. That flipped, I'm going to take it. 8 of Cups, yeah, I mean, whatever that was, it wasn't fulfilling for you, Cancer. And when we see the 8 of Cups, you're on a journey to move forward, to move towards that 9 and 10 of Cups. And with that Ten of Cups in reverse behind that Tower, that was kind of like the false start. It wasn't it. So you're off to find it somewhere else. Let's clarify that Knight of Wands, please. It's fell on the ground. Hierophant. Yeah, I mean, it's probably to do in some kind of commitment situation. Hierophant for me is the institute of committed relationship or work study. Let's clarify the Tower, please, with the Ten of Cups in reverse. You know, it could have been that Tower that's blocking you from getting that full Ten of Cups fulfillment as well. That's why it had to come down, or is about to come down. Clarify the Tower, please, and the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands again, guys. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Queen of Swords is definitely a revealer of truth, the communication. That's probably what's made this come to a head. And King of Wands again, you know, looking up towards that Tower, knowing that that Tower needs to come down before you can get on with this new journey and manifest a new direction. Emperor at the bottom of this deck, another very, very powerful symbol for somebody who now shapes their world and doesn't allow their world to shape them. Someone who's taking control, someone who's being a knight, getting on that horse and riding towards a better future, and that is you, Cancer. Alright, can you see everything there? Just one moment. Okay, Cancer, let's start off with your oracle cards here. We have Kriya, and Kriya is about the entering the state of effortless flow in our lives. And I really see this as being the effortless flow of when we know that we're on the right path and everything just seems to align, and you know, everything's going well and we don't have to push too hard. And you know, Kriya asks you to surrender to the energies and the forces that are in play in your life at the moment in order to get you to the state. Things like towers are blockers to the state of Kriya. And the Tower is a blessing in disguise. It's the universe coming in to bring something down in your life. It's not necessarily the ending of a relationship or a job. It can just be a really big revelation within yourself, seeing a truth, you know, ending like a charade that you might have been playing or a belief that you might have held that's really been limiting you in some way. And it's like unblocking a sink or something like that. And as soon as you unblock that, the energy can flow and you really get way better, much more into a state of flow where everything seems to line up in your life. So that's what the universe is trying to bring to you, and that's potentially why we have that Tower moment. And we have the initiation. Now this card I really actually do like, because it talks about the fact that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a much better reality waiting for you, but you might have to cross a threshold in order to get there. And you're crossing a threshold out of a darker time, or you know, out of a time that is denser energy, or you've been limited in some way. And there's kind of like a sense of a rite of passage, and it kind of asks you to have that courage to cross the threshold and enter into this light. It's kind of a bit like the Fool's Journey. You don't quite know, you know, you can't see the rest of the scene out there. You don't really know what's waiting for you, but you know that you need to follow the light, that you need to cross that threshold. But there can be a sense of comfort in where you've come from as well. Very much reminiscent of the kind of aftermath of the Tower energy. Kind of almost feel like this reading's a little bit in reverse here. We sort of got the Tower happening at the end, but let's just see how it plays out. So Cancer, in your recent past, or what you're journeying right now, we have the Eight of Cups, the Temperance energy, and the Four of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like this is you in the recent past coming to that decision that there's something in your life that is very unfulfilling and you need to turn your back, you need to retreat from it, you need to walk away from it. You know, the Eight of Cups says that in a situation in your life, general reading guys, we know what it is for you, that there's a fundamental piece missing and you can never quite find that emotional fulfillment that you're fully seeking. So that could be like being in a relationship and you've got a fundamental value that you don't see eye to eye on. One of you might not want to get married, whereas the other, you know, holds marriage very dear, or one of you may not want to have children. It's something like that, or one of you doesn't want to travel or live overseas, and the other one does. And there's a sense that, you know, there's going to be too much of a compromise, too much of a sacrifice to make it work. You know, in the workplace, it could be the job that you have the great money and things like that, but you're just really, you're really not fulfilled. You're not on passion and purpose with it. So there's a sense that you can only kind of hang in there for so long when you don't have all the cups, because what you truly desire is that wish fulfillment of the 9 of Cups, or that real best life reality of the 10 of Cups. So there's a sense of this is just not enough for you. And the 8 of Cups is the state of, you know, you've already turned your back on it. It's just a matter of time before you surrender and allow that tower to fall. And I think you're already moving through the pain and the grief. You're preempting that. You know, sometimes if you're the one to end the job or relationship, it's never easy. It's not easy for both parties. But if you're the one that's actually, you know, being like that emperor, being like that magician who's initiating the action, you at least have a little bit of time to kind of prepare yourself. I think this is you in preparation for that tower falling. You've maybe taken some time out, you've given it some really deep thought. You know that there's some hurt coming, but you've got to go through with this anyway. You've got to allow that tower to fall. You've got to go through that initiation. You know, you've got to cross that threshold. You've got your kind of battle sword here ready to go, which also indicates that victory that the Queen of Swords at the end of your reading will be holding. This is that truth maybe that's ready to be revealed for you. It's foreshadowing the new beginning that is coming. Yeah, so I feel like you might have taken a bit of time out to kind of prepare yourself for this, to think about the path forward and how to move towards it. Temperance, you know, is about rebalancing, healing, you know, restoring. This is definitely the energy that you'll need to evoke in the near future when that tower comes down. It's about, you know, doing that spiritual alchemy to rebalance those waters of life and to get yourself back in a really balanced, stable place. There's definitely an element of divine guidance here as well. And for me, it really links to that initiation card. It's like you're getting prepared for a new path to be illuminated, but you've got to make this good decision for yourself. You've got to surrender. You've got to turn your back on what's not fulfilling for you. And yeah, you've kind of had to take some time to get yourself mentally prepared for what's to come, basically. That's what I'm feeling. You know the tower's about to fall and you're getting ready for it. Okay, so in your current or focus energies, Cancer, we've got the Knight of Wands, and remember we've got a double hit of Knight of Wands in this reading, and we have the Hierophant. So, you know, you're really getting prepared to charge forward with this move here, Cancer. You know, the Knight of Wands is somebody who really wants to charge forward into a passionate new beginning, who's ready for new frontiers. The Knight of Wands could be, for some of you, you might have had a passionate offer from a Knight of Wands, potentially a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, which might be, you know, why there's another tower that's about to fall. Maybe there's a person come in, or this could also be a job offer of something that's really on passion and purpose for you. And it's going to need you to pull down another tower in order to pursue this, right? Because with the Hierophant, you know, the Hierophant stands for those institutionalized settings in our lives that can be, you know, committed relationship or marriage, institutions of work and study and that kind of thing. So it says to me that there's a new offer in one of those areas that's potentially coming in, but there's a tower that needs to be full. You've kind of had a bit of an idea that this is going to happen and you've been ready and waiting for it. The Hierophant also talks about our values, you know, getting ready to move in the direction of your values now, so you can shape your world, so you can manifest your desires. So that's another theme here with this card. So I really feel that you're ready for this. The Knight of Wands too, guys, can be a messenger, like a communication as well. So there could be someone actually coming in, you know, with that message, with that offer, saying, hey, you know, I'm ready now. I'm ready to pursue this romance, to offer you this job. Are you ready? So that's what I'm seeing there. And because I see the tower there, Cancer, I feel that you are ready. Sorry, your candle just went out, Cancer. They don't last long, those ones. Okay. Here's the showdown. We have got the 10 of Cups in reverse with the Tower, and our clarifiers are the Queen of Swords and that Knight of Oh, it's actually the King of Wands. I do apologize. I said you had a double hit of Nine of Wands. That's even better because we're sort of going up the ranks from the Knight to the King. Okay, what I'm seeing here, Cancer, is that there is a tower here that needs to fall in order for you to receive whatever this passionate offer is. And there's going to be a completion, an emotional completion here. Now, the Ten of Cups can be the ending of a relationship. I know it's the Ten of Cups and it's our best life card and it's all happy, but tens are also completions, right? And we've got this in reverse. So I feel like there is a tower that's going to fall. Maybe something to do with your living situation, your relationship, you know, possibly could end, or it could be some kind of disruption as well. Like maybe for some of you, if you feel like this is an offer of a new job and you might need to relocate or travel, well, you're going to have to uproot your family here. So that's what that could be also. It doesn't have to be a relationship ending, but it could be a relocation for you guys that, you know, maybe initially your family won't be happy about. So the tower can be all sorts of things like that. It doesn't have to just mean, you know, relationship ends, job loss or something like that. There's lots of different layers and levels to it. But, you know, the tower comes in to realign those train tracks of your life, to get you back on your purpose, because it says that the situation that you're in currently is on an unstable foundation. So it wants to bring that one down so you can rebuild a really stable tower that is a fit for you, that is on purpose. And that's why it's a blessing in disguise, and that's why we're asked to surrender and to, you know, to cross the threshold and allow this to happen, because it's from that rubble that we can rise as that temperance energies, we can rise as that angel, as that phoenix. With the Queen of Swords here, I feel that this could be the communication to other parties involved that brings down the tower. Hey, I've got the job, we need to move. Well, tower falls down, unhappy family for a period of time. Or, you know, I've met my soulmate in that Knight of Wands. I'm letting you know that this is my truth. I'm very sorry, and a relationship ends. You know, or, you know, I found that perfect job. Sorry, boss or manager. I've been a really loyal employee and I've loved working here, but this is on purpose for me and I'm sorry, but I have to leave. So it can be all sorts of situations like that. But you see with that King of Wands that whatever this opportunity that the Knight of Wands was bringing in for you is, you know, something that you really wanted to pursue, because the King of Wands as an energy is a great visionary and opportunist and entrepreneur. And whether this is in romance or work or study, guys, the King of Wands has an eagle eye for great opportunities and knows which ones to pursue based on, you know, whether they line up, whether they're you know, on form with their truth and their purpose or not. And the Queen of Wands also, you know, she kind of sits on that cliff top there and she can see across that valley. She can see the big picture. So you know that there is a sense of this fits in with your greater picture in your life. It's going to propel you to the next step, and that's why you're allowing, you're okay with this tower falling here. There is a sense that you know it's going to propel you into another direction. And the Queen of Swords is a card of transformation, and the Tower obviously is a card of transformation because it's one of the biggest cards of change in the Tarot, and it can be sudden change. So it's saying that when this Tower comes down, it is going to transform your life in some kind of new direction, that the King of Wands knows is absolutely worth pursuing. Yeah, I mean, there is a possibility that the King of Wands is again a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or that there is an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini in the mix here as well. But I do feel like they're standing more for energies within this reading. So it's all happening for a reason, Cancer. You know, some of you are going to be pursuing a new opportunity, need that Tower to fall in order for you to get to that next stage. And there might be some initial feathers ruffled or people unhappy, but you know, they'll get over it, and it's actually, I feel like it's going to be in everyone's best interest in the long run. Okay, Cancer, I do hope you enjoyed the reading. That's what I have. Just keep in mind I'm reading for a collective, so it won't be everyone's reading. So if it's not, just don't make it fit. It might be yours next week instead. You always get that feeling when it just resonates for you. Feel free to leave me a comment. I do read them all and try to reply to them all, and it helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.